Well, hey there. Um, Here we are going for round two of putting some color on the 68 Camaro here. Um, Got a lot of messages, a lot of comments, people asking why I'm stripping the thing down and redoing the whole top side of the car. And basically, as we all know, I cut the whole bottom half of this car off, replaced it because of all the rust, all the cancer. So as I put it back together, Bob gave me the doors and the front clip and put it all back together. It turned out all the parts that were on the car were aftermarket replacement parts, and they didn't fit so well. So we did a little massaging, a little tweaking, and got it pretty good. So the car was complete. It was done, but it was just nice. It still had the vinyl stripes on the hood and trunk lid, which was subpar, to be honest with you. But the car was clean. But there was an issue that was making me have to go back and deal with the fenders and the doors to re-clear coat them, because the paint was staying soft. When I painted the car, I just painted the fenders, the doors, and the quarter panels. I didn't paint anything else, right? But the doors and the fenders, the paint stayed soft on it for some reason. Well, it turned out there was a reaction with my clear coat going over the original red that was on it that kind of made the paint delaminate. It got soft, and it was going to cure. It would probably harden up over time, but it was an issue, and it kind of pushed us. It forced us to go ahead and take it to the next level, which is the top level of doing the whole car. So what ended up happening is, you'll probably see in the pictures, when I stripped the paint off, I found all kinds of rust under the original paint. What happened is the original painters, they left the new sheet metal sitting out bare, and then it comes with that black primer coat over it. Well, that is not a sealer. It doesn't hold out moisture, so moisture got underneath it, started rusting, and that's what was causing the paint to delaminate from the surface. And when I put on my clear coat, it bit into it, and it just pretty much made the whole process go into hypersonic speed and fast forwarded the termination of this paint, adhesion. So what I did is I stripped everything down to metal, 100%. And that was the doors, the fenders, the quarter panels, which the quarter panels have, as we know, have been replaced. I replaced the lower half of the quarter panel. The trunk lid, I had to do all kinds of rust repair down underneath here in that lip, because water was getting into the holes here and creating rust. This lip here, when I pulled off the molding, which the molding wasn't sitting on very well, it kind of bugged me. I didn't like the fact that it was leaving here with that molding not sitting correctly. Well, it turned out that molding wasn't sitting correctly because this is rusted out up here, and the clips were no longer holding. In this area here, the quarter panel wasn't even welded to the inner quarter panel, so I had to re-spot weld this whole area back together there. Filled all the holes that were rusting through in this area, and over here in this area. This side was worse. So we got all that cleaned up, filled in the holes, welded everything up. Had to be really careful because we still had the vinyl top, or the convertible top on this thing. So I didn't want to hit anything with the welder or get any hot weld beads dropping onto the top and ruining it. So, but we're successful in doing that. Got everything welded back together. Got all the holes welded up. Redid all the body work. So there's pretty much body work all along the seam here, because this is where they seamed it when they replaced it, on both sides. The top panel here is still the original car. It's just been reworked at this point. So I didn't strip the bottom of the quarters because those are brand new and that's my work. But the doors were stripped 100%, fenders were stripped 100%. The hood was not stripped 100% because I did not find the same issues. I did find rust along the jam edge here. Let me open this up. So along this edge here, there was rust. So I had to wire wheel all that. I couldn't sandblast it because I didn't want to make a total mess. But so I wire wheeled everything and got it all out, put some rust kill on it. And so now the jams are going to be clean. The top side of the hood, I had to do a little bit of body work, and as I did the body work, as I stripped the paint down to do the body work, I didn't find the same rust that I found underneath the paint on the fenders, the doors, and the quarters were really bad. I really had to grind on those quarter panels and wire brush it, and then use a lot of rust kill to get those to come back to life. So, but that's where we're at. The spoiler, I did a little bit of body work on the spoiler so it fits better. And now if I can put this on without it being bolted on to show you what I'm talking about. So basically that's what I cleaned up. This edge here, one side was like the Grand Canyon and the other side was a little bit better. So now the spoiler fits a whole lot better. Of course our door jamb gaps are still beautiful in my opinion. So we got nice even gaps. The door to the fender mate very well. So I'm excited to get this thing into some shiny red to see how straight it's going to be. I've blocked it. I primered this thing 3 times and blocked the holy crap out of it. So it should be pretty straight. May not be absolutely perfect concourse straight, but it's going to be really nice. Really, really nice. So this was also an opportunity to clean up all this front road rash. So got all that cleaned up, feather edged out. So we're good there. I didn't find any rust on that lower apron. So I was glad about that. But yeah, so this is where we're at. I got everything set up, so I'm also going to be, let's see here. Let's see if I can open this without dropping the spoiler. But yeah, so you can see I sanded the inside of the trunk. Did a little body work. I had to because that's where all the rust was, on this lip right here. So all that rust has been cleaned up. It's ready to go. So at the same time, so what'll happen is I'll repaint the jambs because you want it to be nice fluid transition. You know, I don't want any edges. So we're just trying to do it right. So I'll spray the red tonight and then it will sit overnight, and I'll come back tomorrow. I'll color sand any imperfections, correct any imperfections that I might see, and then do the Z28 stripes, or as some people call it, the SS stripes. And take this thing back off here. So we'll put the stripes on it tomorrow night, and then that'll leave me Tuesday. I'm gonna take a day off work on Tuesday, and I'll spend the day clear coating it and finishing it up. So excited to see what she's gonna look like. Should be really nice. So that's the latest. We'll give you an update in a day or two.